Well, the floor is looking pretty rough in here. I think it was time for a upgrade. So I bought some paint. This is the Behr Garage and Concrete floor paint. It's just a gray, so I think it should really improve it. Put all my gym equipment here in the bathroom, along with on the treadmill, using the DeWalt dust extractor on wheels and the orbital sander with an 80 grit sandpaper just to sand the floor. There's a bunch of plaster from the drywall and old paint. I'll just take that off and I'll vacuum the floor and then mop it and put the paint on. I forgot to mention too, if you're wondering why the treadmill is still in here, it's because I had to take the treadmill apart to get it in here, had to build it in here. So I'm just gonna paint half the floor at a time and hopefully and then move the treadmill over. Hopefully you don't notice the line in the middle of the floor where the two different paints meet, but only thing you can do. The old owner left some paint cans obviously on the floor there, some metal paint cans, and that is hard to get off. I'm got as much off as I can, but I'm hoping the rust doesn't eventually come up through the paint or something weird like that, but that's the best I can do. Here is the post sanding view. Basically all the white spots were spots that had paint speckles or drywall plaster on them. Got as much of this rust off as I could, but not ideal. I could pour floor leveler down, but the floor is pretty unlevel. But I figured there's no real point. It's just, it's a gym. Doesn't really matter. Also picked up some Behr masonry degreaser to put down. Hopefully that'll help it get nice and clean. Just waiting for the floor to dry before I prime it. I got 3 fans on it. Kind of interesting, these lines showed up on the floor that weren't here before. Must have a shelf or something there at some point. Here is the primer I'm using, concrete masonry line primer. Should be good. Well, we got the first coat done. Still needs a bit of work here. You can see where those paint can lines were. Tried for about a couple hours here, so toss another coat on it and hopefully that'll do it. You can really see all these divots. Kind of wish I filled them in, but I'll try to get as much paint in them as possible. Here is the almost final reveal. Much nicer. Now I finished up the base, we're gonna put another lower piece of baseboard trim down there. I'll touch up all the spots where I hit the baseboard with paint. But it looks quite good. You really see these divots in the concrete, which is unfortunate, but it's still way better than it was. Some more gray paint there, touch the baseboard, but big improvement. And here's the final reveal. Much nicer. Still a bit of work to do. I gotta paint this wall again. Some drywall imperfection and fix, and I had to touch up the paint on the trim, but it looks way better.